Good evening. My wife just posted a lawful challenge to all courts and purported governments in the state of Western Australia by way of Commonwealth Constitution Act 1900 UK sections 106, 107, 108 and 109. This is the document. She posted it, typed it on so it's in writing on the post. So this is a video to explain why it's there. The problem we have in this country, there is nothing unlawful. There's nothing lawful about any of the courts in any states since the creation of federation, because Western Australia never put its constitution in place, and all the others had removed them all by 1975. So what federal parliament are we talking about who suddenly have the right to give us a digital ID, do what they want, join the WHO, WEF? So what I've done is put together a document for some people to be filed into the court and into the High Court to show that the politicians are misleading and deceiving you. There's no point Facebook getting it fact checked and blocking it off, because quite simply everything is out of the Constitution, decisions of the High Court and imperial law, which is all law in this country under the 9 clauses. Doesn't matter what you think. If you do step into this, it's okay. I'll just prove that you're wrong, as I did last time. You can't just say something is misleading or wrong unless you have the absolute authority to do it. So you don't have. So the whole idea is to say, don't touch it, leave it alone. People have to know that all the stuff that is going on in this country at present is blatant treason and fraud, because we do not have any lawful governments. Not one. None of the states' constitutions are in place as they should have been on the 1st of January 1901 as a letters patent. They cannot be changed, they can't be touched, because they're letters patent. So is the Commonwealth Constitution Act 1900 UK and the Constitution derived from it. It's time that you people realised we aren't going away. This country belongs to, whereas the people, us the people, we put this country together. Australia is not registered to the Norfolk Island at all. That is what somebody would like you to say, but it's not. So sorry, that person who put it on there. I'm not trying to insult you. It's registered nowhere. We are the Commonwealth of Australia. We the people say where it gets registered. They can put what they like wherever they like. But under the pain of treason, under the Treason Felony Act. You read it, it tells you what the penalties are. They cannot do what they're doing, although they've been doing it. So what happens now? We go after them. And this is a start, and there's a lot of other people doing the similar things. We're going to pull down everything, including what you call local government, because that's a nonsense. The state constitutions continue subject to our constitution. The states are created and draw their authority referentially from our constitution. What that means, if an authority isn't granted, and I'm referring to page 346 of our constitution, it says, not all enactments of the Parliament are valid, only those passed pursuant to, in accordance with, and under the authority granted by the Constitution, and those laws only are binding on the courts, judges and people of every state. All other laws are void. So if it's not in the Commonwealth Constitution to have a third tier of government, they had no right to, the political parties had no right to add it to the state constitutions in 1979. But it doesn't matter that it did, because those state constitutions are not lawful. When they changed them, and they changed every single one by 1975, replace them with another one, they're letters patents. You can't touch them. By doing so, you negated every state parliament and the ability for every state to create a court, create anything at all. And because they were all gone, there is no federal parliament. At federation, it took 6 states sitting under their original lawful state constitutions to create the federal parliament, and it never happened because we only had 5. Doesn't matter how many lies or Indian days, whatever they think up, it never was. Doesn't matter what Malcolm Turnbull says, doesn't matter what anybody else says. You cannot have a Royal Style and Title Act that changes the oath of allegiance embedded in our Constitution. So when they did that, they negated everything anyway. So that's gone down the toilet. Kirsten Mondes, how do we move forward from this? The National Australia strike would be a good thing if it goes ahead. What we're doing, we're moving forward. We have a case in the High Court. We are heading a heap more to the High Court based on that document that is on my timeline. Please read it. You can download it. If you get stuck, contact us. We'll email it to your address. That document can be served on every politician, every member of every local government, every lawyer, because they said they're officers of the Crown, judicial officers. No, they're not. They're not. They're born flat-out liars, and that's all you ever get out of them. But anyway, I'm not going to get into slandering them because nobody has to. Everyone knows what they're like. What I wanted to say is that document's on there. That document is made according to the Constitution and all the imperial laws and the decisions of the High Court. So if the fact checkers want to get in and denigrate us, have a go. But if you don't, you want to do the right thing, get that document and file it to every politician you know, every police officer you know, because they're all in, they're public officers. As a public officer, you're a creature of statute. You can never be an officer of the Crown. A ruling of the High Court. You don't like that? Tough. Change your attitude. Get under our Crown. Put every state constitution back in place lawfully. And then we can have the first federal parliament. But it must be done state by state from a pool of people set up by a lawful governor. We don't have any. And as for that peanut that you selected, Albanese, for the Governor-General, don't waste your time. She does not meet the qualifications. She's not an officer of the Crown. She's been hanging around the WEF, and you know that. That's treason, dealing with them, because their whole outlook is we're not going to own anything. We're going to be abundantly happy owning nothing. You're a dreamer. You are such a sick person, Albanese. You want us to accept your nonsense, but you don't want to look at the law. You've hardly told the truth since you've been in office. Almost everything you say is a lie. Stop the lies. Stop the nonsense. What's in that document is truth. Get under the state constitutions. Get out of our parliament. You're nothing but a bunch of traitors and thieves and frauds. Wake up to the fact that people have had a guts full. We're not going away. You can put in all the legislation you like. No digital IDs, they can be stopped instantly. There's electronic ways to wipe them out. Keep going and you'll get what you don't want. That's not a threat. I'm promising you the people of this country are going to jump up and sink the whole lot. And yes, Dar Davies, HCA 11 of 2015 says all those public utilities with an ABN number are actually trading companies under Fair Work Australia Act 2009 if the Parliament was lawful, but they're actually a nothing. They're a fraudulent group of thieves. David, the Australian Capital Territory and ACT government are unconstitutional. 100%, you got that right. Also makes me angry every time he opens his mouth. Albanese, mate, that's a pity he can open his mouth. He might to do the world a favour and take a large dive in the deep ocean with a brick round his leg. Do him the world of good. Anyway, I'm not going to attack anymore. I'll go on to my post. I'll wipe out any troll who tries to say I'm wrong, because you are. What I've put is the Constitution. What I've put is decision to the High Court. You people are lying. Try to stop doing the government thing, because eventually it's going to come back and bite you on the butt. So you have a lovely night. Thank you.